Hi, good morning and welcome to our meditation. Today is the 23rd of January. I would like to continue meditating on the book with seven seals, on the scroll with seven seals. And I would like to read with you in Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 17. I will send famine and wild beasts against you, and they will leave you childless. Plague and bloodshed will sweep through you, and I will bring the sword against you. I, the Lord, have spoken. Terrible word. And this Ezekiel was written when the people were sent to Babylon in a deportation that actually lasted for 70 years. So for all those 7 decades, they were in a deportation in Babylon. And after that, they will spend some time in the Persian Empire as well. In the same book, chapter 14, verse 21, for this is what the sovereign Lord says. God is sovereign. We should never forget that. How much worse will it be when I send against Jerusalem my 4 dreadful judgments? That's what we find in Revelation as well. Sword and famine and wild beasts and plague to kill its men and their animals. Why is God doing that? Why did God allow the deportation to Babylon? Why did God do that? We know that this text is sent to Jerusalem and to the kingdom of Judah, the little kingdom of Judah, because Israel, the 10 tribes, has already disappeared a century before, it seems. A century before, I think. The Assyrians came and destroyed that kingdom, and the result, in Jesus' days, it was the Samaritans. They were the result of what the Assyrians had done. So here we are talking about these people who are still in Babylon, and they will come back. They will go back to the land completely changed, and we believe that that's when the only time that they were really trusting and worshiping one God, because before the deportation they just worshipped anything, just like the neighbors. They were not taking the light of God to the nations. They were bringing darkness from the nations to the kingdom of Judah, and then before to the kingdom of Israel. Listen to what God says by the mouth of Ezekiel in chapter 11, verse 19 of his book. I will give them an undivided heart, because that was the problem. They would go to the temple one morning, and then in the evening they would be worshiping Baal. They would be worshiping any other god that were worshipped in the land. I will give you a heart that is undivided, and I'll put a new spirit in them. That's a very evangelical word. I mean, talking about the gospel. I will remove from them the hearts of stone and give them a heart of flesh. I will remove it from them. That's what God is doing. God is going to use Babylon to judge the nation, but God is also going to use Babylon to purify, to sanctify, to make that people holy. Another word that is really according to God, to what God says in the gospel, is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 11. Say to them, as surely I live, declares the sovereign Lord, I will take no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but rather that they turn from their ways and live. Turn from your evil ways. Why would you die, people of Israel? Why would you die? Turn from your sins. The wages of sin is death. Zechariah chapter 1 verse 8, during the night I had a vision, and there before me was a man mounted on a red horse. He was standing among the myrtle tree in a ravine. Behind him were red, brown, and white horses, the horses that we find in the book of Revelation again. God has done that to purify people, to judge the nation as well. There are judgments for every nation that existed where the Bible was written, because God is a God of history. He's judging the nations. As he's judging the nations, he's also purifying his church. Let's finish this text this meditation with two texts from the New Testament. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 11. In him we were also chosen, having been predestined according to the plan of him who works out everything in conformity with the purpose of his will. In conformity with the purpose of his will. God is sovereign, as he's saying through the mouth of the prophet. He is sovereign. And Matthew chapter 10, verses 29 to 31, are not two sparrows sold by a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside of Father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are worthy more than many sparrows. God knows. He sees. He's sovereign. God bless you.